Procore is number 2 on our list, primarily because it's an end-to-end solution that focuses on construction. Everything from pre-construction to the actual construction itself to the closing out of financials, it's all designed and there's workflows within it that are built specifically for construction. So if you're looking for ways to really tie together your organization and be able to drill down and get real-time visibility, starting with the financials all the way down into active projects and bids that you've given out and labor costs and scheduling of crews and the status of crews, all that stuff can be handled within Procore. And all those things are a big part of why Procore lands at number 2 on our list. Now, one of the disadvantages of Procore is, first of all, that it can be slow to open large drawings and files. So if you have graphic intensive drawings and things of that nature that are larger files, it can be very slow to perform and slow to open those files. It's very difficult, if not impossible, to manage markups in the tool. So if you're looking to mark up those drawings, it doesn't have quite the capabilities or the robustness in that workflow compared to some of the other systems in our top 10 list. And then finally, the last big downside of the product is that the general contractor and subcontractor accounts don't talk to one another or integrate as well as some of the other systems. So that's something that can be a bit of a liability or something you'll at least want to dive into when you're evaluating Procore. Acumatica is actually a product that not only specializes in construction, but they also do manufacturing, distribution, other types of industries as well. But the strengths of the product lends itself well to the construction business. And part of the reason why Acumatica lands at number 1, especially when you compare it to some of the construction-specific solutions in the market, first of all, Acumatica is a larger product that sort of straddles that fine line or that balance between a big enough vendor to have some support behind it and some R&D dollars. So not so specialized that they don't have adequate R&D funding, but not so big that they're losing sight of who their core customers are. So even though they have customers in industries outside of construction, construction is one of the core businesses and it's one of the handful of businesses that Acumatica focuses on. Now, Acumatica is a true end-to-end ERP system, which is part of what lands it at number 1. Everything from financials to construction operations to inventory management, supply chain management, asset management, basically anything you would need to manage your construction business, Acumatica has some level of capability to be able to handle that. Acumatica is also highly customizable, certainly more so than many of the other systems in the marketplace. So that flexibility, if you value that, can be a strength of Acumatica. Now, even though Acumatica is number 1, it too has its downsides and risks. First of all, the reports and business intelligence can be difficult to set up. The learning curve can be a bit steep, partially because it is a truly integrated ERP system, which means there's more complexity, there's more to learn, more to understand, which in the short term can be a problem. But longer term, if you manage training and change management well, you can overcome that risk. And then finally, another downside of the product is if you're a very large multinational construction business, Acumatica may not be the best fit. There might be better products in our top 10 list that better fit your needs. But when you look at the average construction business, the average size construction business, Acumatica tends to do pretty well.